Hi guys, Amy Rolland here. I was starting to blog about my experiences at Book Expo America this year, my first year ever going to BEA, and the craziness that was BookCon. And I was so tired of writing. I just finished the sequel to A Breakable Thing. I feel a little bit... My brain's not all there, that's how I feel. So I'm tired of writing, so I thought that I would try a video blog this time, just to talk about everything that happened at BEA. It was crazy, amazing. It was chaotic in a wonderfully fabulous way. Reading is alive and well, obviously, from the masses of people that were there. I am not very good at navigating through crowds. I'm way too nice. I'm like, oh, excuse me, sorry, please, oh, I'm so sorry. And everybody else is like elbowing and pushing and shoving to get in line. I get flustered, and it's daunting. It's so crazy, but at the same time I was so thrilled that all those people were there for books and for reading. But then of course I'm looking at everything going on at 11 o'clock during BookCon when I'm supposed to be signing, and I'm praying that at least a few people sign up, or not sign up, I hope they line up. What if they don't? What if I'm sitting there by myself with my pen? What do I do? So that was my big fear. I was even worried that I wouldn't be able to find the booth. So I circled around a few times, walk into BEA, trip, and I trip right into a girl that is dressed like a Slytherin. And I'm like, oh, this was fate just because you're adorable. She was fabulous. I would have dressed like I would have dressed, I guess I'm kind of Ravenclaw, so I would have dressed like a Ravenclaw. And then we could have gotten a picture together and she would have thought I was super weird. Anyway, so I trip going in, I try to look for the booth, I find it, so then I circle around a few more times. I decide to get there a few minutes early just so that I'm on time for my signing. So Annie comes up and she's like, do you see this? I'm like, oh God, am I late? Was I supposed to be here an hour ago? And she's like, no, look at your line. And it was stretched back and around. It was so amazing to see all those people there, but we ran out of books. And I actually had somebody contact me yesterday who was really upset that she didn't get a book. If you're upset and you were waiting in line, tweet me or email me, contact me somehow, just let me know. I have a little plan in action. So if that's you, get a hold of me. Anyway, so I could not believe that that many people had lined up for Breakable Things because it was 11 o'clock, and at 11 o'clock I was planning, if I wasn't signing, on being at the Mortal Instrument giveaway extravaganza. And I'll post a picture of me hugging the sign and fangirling all in front of it because I'm such an obsessive little nerd. Readers and authors, writers. I got to meet with my little posse of writers. We call ourselves the Goat Posse. Shout out to my favorite writing peeps. I got to meet up with a few of them, and it was almost like having lunch with characters from one of my books. It felt that surreal to be sitting around and talking to them because they are so insanely talented and amazing that I just never believed that they were actually real. And we get to meet up in Chicago this year in July, so I can't wait to talk about that, blog about that, whatever I decide to do. That'll be super fun, but they are absolutely amazing. Give a quick shout out to my roommate while I can, Melissa Petroshock. Amazing, we had so much fun. It was like having a sleepover every night. We were giddy and nerdy and everything that roommates should be. So had to add that in there real quick. Annie and Lindsay and Jen, you guys were just so fabulous. They were hilarious and they were just so cute. I was calling them Georgia's minions because they were just so darn adorable. So, summer reading. So, what am I reading right now? I do love audiobooks while I'm getting ready, while I'm in the car. A lot of times I have my kids in the car, so I'm listening to Cookie Monster and Oscar the Grouch. They do like Imagine Dragons, so I get away with that, and they like Happy. Who doesn't like Happy by Pharrell? But then they ask for Cookie Monster, and I want to pull my hair out. I love Cookie Monster too, and I love cookies, but after listening to that song 1,000 557 times. I'm sorry, Cookie Monster, I've had it. So what I'm listening to right now, I am a huge Ender's Game fan. I love, love, love Ender's Game, to the extent that I didn't go see the movie last year because I was too scared that it would butcher my vision of the story. So I still haven't seen it. I've heard good things, and from people that loved Ender's Game growing up, because when Ender's Game was written in the 80s, something like 85. I read it when I was a teenager and absolutely fell in love with it. So right now I'm listening to Shadow of the Giant, and so far it's good. I'm only like a chapter or two in, but I become so immersed in the way that he writes. It's just so good, and it's so intricate. There is so much going on. I think that in every single one of his books, I don't know, Orson Scott Card just has a way of going into depth without overwhelming you. And when it's audiobook, it's not like, well, I guess I can rewind it real quick, but it's not like a book where I can go back and reread it, so I have to make sure I'm paying attention. The other book that I'm reading right now is by Katie Kavinsky, and it's the sequel to Awaken, which I read last year, and it's Middle Ground. So I'm reading Middle Ground right now. Again, I just started this one too, so I'll let you know how I feel about it, but I love the way she writes, so I think that one's gonna be a plus. What do I want to read this summer? Every summer I read Kristen Hanna books, and I don't know, something about her writing makes me just feel like summer. This one I'm going to reread. It is Night Road by Kristen Hanna, and I read this one a while ago, maybe a year ago, and she is the type of writer where you're actually so concerned that you feel the emotion. It just slaps you across the face. Some people like that, some people don't. I thought I would like that. I actually had to turn to the back to make sure everything turned out okay, and I won't tell you how it goes. This was a lot to take. I don't know, you get so invested in these characters, and then when things go wrong, you just, you feel for them, and it's heart-wrenching. I highly recommend this book. It's absolutely amazing, and I'm excited to reread it this summer now that I know what happens. Now that I know what happens, I can go back and read it and feel a little bit more relaxed. And the book of the summer for me, yes, I'm biased, is Summer on the Short Bus by Bethany Crandall, who is, I call her the Sophie Kinsella of young adult. She is so witty and so funny, and something completely serious will be happening, and then she will just hit you with a one-liner that is so hilarious that you're laughing out loud in the middle of a store or next to the pool and people start staring at you. It's that funny. There are so many parts of this book that just made me want to laugh, made me want to cry. It just took me all over the place. So this is the perfect, there we go. Perfect summer read, Summer on the Short Bus, Bethany Crandall. Loved it, took a picture of it when it was at Book Expo America. It was in the Running Press booth, so I took a picture of it because I just love this book. I can't wait to read it again. I'm the sort of person that reads books many, many times because I don't feel like I can really get as much from the book as I want if I only read it one time. So, giveaway time. Like I said, I just finished writing, it's not edited, but I finished writing the sequel to Breakable Things, which is tentatively titled Of Delicate Pieces. And I'm so excited about that I figured that I should do a giveaway. So what I'm going to do, that's not my book, what I'm going to do is do an Breakable Things giveaway. If you hashtag summer reads and list of Breakable Things as your summer reads, or you take a picture with it. I've had a couple beach pictures already and I love seeing them. So if you do that, I am going to raffle off a signed copy of Unbreakable Things. And I have had these bracelets on high demand. I love them. I need to order another one for myself because I'm actually raffling off the one that was supposed to be for me. By hashtagging summer reads and then listing Unbreakable Things as one of your summer reads. If you take a picture of you with the book, that's even better. Bye.